Today we're going to take our notes on absolute value. Make sure that you have this piece of paper in front of you before we get started. We're going to start with the definition of absolute value. An absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. So make sure you write 0 in this first blank on your paper. The great thing about absolute value is that it is always positive. So let's write positive in our second line. And then the symbol that you use for absolute value is 2 parallel lines. And the number goes in between those 2 parallel lines, and that's how you know what you're finding the absolute value for. Okay, so here's our first problem, and we're going to use the number lines to help us find the absolute value. So the first one says we're looking for the absolute value of a positive 3. So the first thing you want to do is find positive 3 on the number line, and there it is. So we're going to put a dot on positive 3, and then we have to go from 3 on the number line backwards to 0. So we're going to count how many spaces that is. So we have 1, 2, 3. So the absolute value of 3 is 3. Okay, this time we're going to be finding the absolute value of a negative 5. So just like in the first problem, we need to find where negative 5 is on our number line. And as I look on my number line and I look to the left of 0, I see that negative 5 is right here. So like in our first example, I'm going to put a little dot on the negative 5, and I'm going to go from negative 5 to 0. So I go 1 space, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the absolute value of negative 5 is a positive 5, because remember, absolute value is always a positive number. This time, we're going to find the absolute value of 11. So what I have to do this time is find where a positive 11 is on our number line. And I look to the right of 0 this time because it's a positive number, and I see that positive 11 is right here. So like we did in our other two examples, I'm going to put a dot on 11, and I have to see how many spaces it is between 11 and 0. So I'm going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the absolute value of 11 is 11. Now for our last example, we're going to find the absolute value of negative 8. So just like we've done on the other 3 problems, I'm going to find where negative 8 is at on our number line. And when I look to the left of the 0 on the number line, I see that negative 8 is right there. So I'm going to put my little dot there on negative 8, and I'm going to go from negative 8 to 0. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the absolute value of a negative 8 is a positive 8. So there are examples in our quick notes for absolute value. Now we're going to do some more practice problems in class.